Welcome to Friendeavor, the podcast, the weekly podcast where we explore the highs and lows of friendship with your hosts, Danielle and Kayla.
As we journey through life, our friendships often evolve and change, ebb and flow, and sometimes even come to an end. Danielle and I are lifelong advocates for the power of friendship, and we are here to guide all of us through the many challenges and joys that come with building and maintaining strong, meaningful connections with those around us.
Join us each week as we deep dive into the intricacies of friendship, from navigating conflicts to fostering new relationships and everything in between. With insightful interviews, personal anecdotes, and expert advice, Friendeavor is the perfect podcast for anyone looking to strengthen their bonds with the people they love.
So, whether you are on the go, taking care of chores, or just settling in, get ready to explore the world of friendship on Friendeavor, the podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Friendeavor. I'm your host, Danielle, and I am absolutely delighted to be back behind the microphone. And you might be thinking to yourself, Danielle, you have the opportunity to be behind the microphone week in and week out. And I would say you are correct. But also, life is lifing right now in the most lifey way. Church conferences, nephews, family trips, so many things just happening. And it truly, as much as I love Friendeavor, it has just kind of slipped to the back burner. And I don't want that to happen. So I am very thrilled to be back with you this week. I want to talk about something today that I've kind of been navigating since July. It's kind of something that I've been tracking, so to speak, and I want to call it a friend within a friend. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean that there's someone that you know and you love, and they are maybe on the friend tier of the pyramid, and you have occasional interactions with them. You might see them a couple times a year, or they're just your friend. Like, you know them better than acquaintance, but you don't get a whole lot of time to spend time with them. And it's just a friend. Well, what if there is something beyond that friendship that you are kind of realizing, like, oh my word, I love this person so much and I want to get to know them better, and I'm getting the opportunity to do it. So a friend within a friend, you're learning more about your friend, and in this way they are transitioning from the friend category into the good friend category. And I want to remind you that when it comes to the friendship pyramid, we don't just use these categories to put people into boxes, right? It's only a tool, a personal tool, to help you have realistic expectations of your friendships. I don't think it's until you get to be older that you can see the seasons of life changing before your eyes. And to actually witness a friend turning into a good friend is really a beautiful thing. And it's not something that I had ever considered before on this Friendeavor journey. And to see it unfold is really beautiful. And I'll give you an example, because this is what sparked this whole idea. Is there's someone that I've known for many, many years. I would say 15 years or so at this point. And I've interacted with her a lot. She's come to where I live. I've seen her at conferences. I've gone to where she lived, and it's it was a good, solid friendship. It was the definition of a long distance friend. We didn't spend a lot of time together. I wouldn't have said that she was a confidant at that stage, but we had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun together. And then something happened this year. We actually had a shared experience. And if you remember, for the friendship pyramid, the transition between them are time spent and desire for time spent. And I'll recap what that means. So you spend a lot of time with your coworker, but if you don't desire to spend a lot of time with your coworker, they're probably in that acquaintanceship, friendship tier, okay? If you desire to spend a time with a lot of person, but their distance doesn't allow for that, you still kind of get that good friend tier. If you spend a lot of time with a person and you love to spend time with that person, that's where you're getting into that good friend, best friend tier. So for this person, I would definitely say she was at the higher end of the friend tier. We've had some shared experiences in the past, but this year we had a very, very notable shared experience. And maybe in the future, I'll be able to talk about that on the podcast. It's a little too fresh at this time to break it down and to share it, but I definitely learned some lessons that I would love to impart down the road. But we had this shared experience, and it was a really, even though it was interesting and tumultuous, it was a beautiful thing, and we were able to work through it and talk through it together. We were not foes, we were definitely allies in the situation, but she was able to help me see things and help me through it and teach me some things along the way. And as a result, we have become really, really good friends. And I would definitely call her a confidant at this point. And we talk on the phone quite often. And it's just totally seamless to talk to her. It's not, there's never a dead silence. There's never like a, what should we talk about now? It's never like, well, what's new in your life? It's something like right out of the gate, we can talk for, an hour. I actually literally just got off the phone with her, and I talked to her yesterday. It's nothing that's nefarious, it's nothing that's weird. It's just like you've found a friend. Just like you would have an in-person conversation with a friend, you can have this over the phone or whatever. And we did an episode, I think it was season 1, digital friendships or friendships in the digital age, something like that. And we talked about different methods and ways that you can contact people and communicate with them and keep that bond of friendship alive. So to be able to exercise that has been a really good experience for me. Actually, I would call it an exercise. It's been something that I've been learning about and how to navigate to make sure that we are still having boundaries of respecting each other's time and knowing that like I'm not always available, she's not always available. We've got a time change, we've got different responsibilities, we got church at different times, all that kind of stuff. It's you're still navigating that, but you're able to maintain and even some ways create a friendship and strengthen it and grow it and have your life that much more fulfilled because of it. Another aspect of the friendship pyramid I want to address is the whole desire to spend time thing versus the actual execution of desiring to spend time with that person. I am guilty of this, so I'm preaching to myself here. Oh, we need to go get coffee. Oh, let's break that down. Let's talk about that. Oh, we definitely need to have a meal. We need to spend time together. And then it just kind of floats off into the atmosphere, never to be actualized, never to be realized. I think part of the transitioning between good friend or friend to good friend, whatever the transition is, the positive transition is dedicated execution. Actually putting your money where your mouth is, in some case, literally. Uh, going out to a meal or having coffee or whatever. I have a friend who our friendship has kind of ebbed and flowed, never in like a negative way, but just in a way of like seasons of life have brought us together more so, and other times have pushed us out. Well, I have been trying to be very dedicated in making sure that it doesn't ebb anymore. Like I want us to remain strong friends. We spend a lot of time together because of different things of church and whatever, but actually spending time outside of those ministerial roles has been I want to say a challenge, but it's really just been lack of dedication on both of our parts. So, what have I done? Well, I've been including her more. I've been trying to carve out time to spend more time with her, uh, coming over to my house, going out to dinner, going out to dessert, whatever that entails. And not only just one on one, but including her in the friendships that I already have. Because I'm not saying that this has been no way saying that she's a charity case or anything like that. That is not my point. My point is that if I want to have that relationship as much as I do, I need to make sure that it comes into contact with other friendships and other growth points and other ways that they can actually be a part of my life. So actually fulfilling what you say you're going to do is going to make that transition stronger. And you also get to the point where you after you say that so many times, and there's no like set number of times, but if someone told me, "Oh, we need to get coffee, we need to get dinner," and they told me that 100 times, after like the third time, I'd be like, "Okay," and then automatically in my mind, no, that's not happening. Now, could I be the one to make it happen? Possibly, but I'm not the one who said it. So if I'm going to go out of my way to say, oh, we need to go have coffee, I need to be the person who actually pursues it, makes it happen, gets it on the calendar, draws it up, picks the place, whatever that may be. It might include buying the coffee when we get there, not necessarily, but in order to have a successful transition, you have to be true to what you want to see in that friendship. Here's another thing. I mean, I would caution against forcing something like this. That was one thing that I noticed once I realized this was happening with this friend that I was opening the episode talking about, is that there was zero force to this. It was not one-sided. It was very natural. And I think that if one person pushes too hard to become best friends, I think that's where you get burnout. I think that's where you get the wheel, the revolving door uh, of friendship. And if you need a recap on that, basically you've got those people that you basically just like a revolving door that that goes around. That's the point. You suck someone in, has a few rotations, and then spits them out. I think that's where you get unmet expectations, where people can get hurt, where wires can get crossed, is when you really try to force a friendship. That's not happening. That's not to say that you can't put things in place, like I said, have coffee and all that stuff to make it happen, to give it room to grow. But if you want those roots to go deep, you can't just slap a plant in the pot and be like, okay, grow, let's go. Give me some tomatoes right now. You have to give it time. You have to give it space. You have to give it the energy that it needs, and you can't force it. So that's just one thing I would caution against. If you've experienced something like this, I genuinely would love to hear about it, because again, it could just be because of my age. I'm 29 now, that my eyes have been open. I'm mature enough to realize that this kind of transition has happened, and it's been eye-opening. It's been very beautiful to see, but I would love to know if you've ever had this experience where a friendship has transitioned into a new stage, whether that's, friend to good friend, friend to acquaintance, best friend, all the way down to acquaintance, whatever it is, whatever your situation is. You can email us friendeavorpodcast@gmail.com, DM us on Friendeavor. I have a posting schedule. I will get back to posting, you guys. I honestly, it was like week in and week out. I was like grinding. Okay, I've got to carve out time. Got to carve out time to do an episode. And I just, it's just life. It's just life. Living on my own has been a whole new experience, and maybe I'll talk about that in another episode. If you do not live on your own, or if you live with roommates or whatever, it is a very interesting transition. And yeah, I'd love to talk about it more. And if you ever have questions, feel free to reach out. But for this episode's sake, a friend within a friend, something very beautiful about that. I would love to hear your experience. So I will see you next time on Friendeavor. Make sure you check out our resources. If you have a gift, if you have someone that you need to give a gift for, check out the 365 journal, check out the 52 friend aids, check out our devotionals. We have a new line of merch dropping, the Iron Sharpens Iron collection. I love it. I can't wait to get a piece for myself. And yeah, have a wonderful holiday season, and we will be checking in very soon. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of Friendeavor the podcast. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. And if you enjoyed today's content, leave a review and share with a friend. You can find the show notes on our website, www.friendeavor.net, and in the description of this episode.
Friendship is a journey. It's an endeavor. We'll see you next time on Friendeavor.